Hey guys, welcome back. We are out here on the Inmotion V9. I was so excited about this wheel, so I reached out to Inmotion to see if we could partner up for it, and I was fortunate. They sent me over this unit so that way I could kind of show off and let you guys see what it does and what it doesn't. It's a lightweight wheel, clearly. It's a commuter wheel, definitely. It is not pointed at any sort of enthusiast performance market. It doesn't even pretend to be that. Nobody's had pads on it thus far. That should tell you something, okay? This wheel is not posturing as anybody's boss hog trail track pro star. This is more for a beginner at face value. I'll say, in my opinion, it is more for a person who's had wheels and knows how to ride and wants to explore more of the fine key points of their riding that don't necessarily have to do with straight line speed. The reactivity of this wheel is absolutely astonishing. Back there on the trail, I'll tell you, you really don't want to hit a lot of roots. You don't want to hit a lot of bumps. Even in the grass, you'll hear it top out just a bit. Not so much in the audio here because I've got it down sufficiently to where it's not going to aggravate you. Now, that said, is it capable of riding in the grass? Yes, you can totally ride it in the grass. Is it capable of riding on the trail? You saw it right there. Totally capable of riding on a trail. Generally speaking, that's not going to be the use case that I personally like for the wheel. What you're seeing right now on the sidewalk, that stuff is more of what I would imagine. But if you have to get out of the way of a pedestrian, as we always do, then, there's always that. But you'll see that on the V9, the travel is not super duper long on the suspension. It's like 60 millimeters or something like that. But with the tire size being a little bit bigger than some of the other grab and go wheels that are being released this year, I think that you're going to find the comfort level to be in parity. And frankly, for the responsiveness, it's absolutely crazy. I really can't tell you guys how strange to me it is. It feels in a negative way, you could say it feels twitchy because as you come up on road obstacles, gutters, slight banks, I run my tire with very high pressure, like 35, 36 pounds, something like that. And if you do that, you're going to find that it tries to train track you on uneven surfaces in a very aggressive fashion. But for me, that's not a problem. I think that it's awesome. It's fun. It's another little challenge that comes along with it. But other people, I think, are going to find that that's a little bit of a hard thing to negotiate. So probably if you got the tire pressure down to like 28 pounds, 25 pounds, you'd have a lot better time on these sort of uneven surfaces in front of you. That is things that bank to the left and bank to the right. One of the features that I like to explore whenever I get up to UF is this really cool little stair set here. Now, whether or not I climb them by brute force torquing like I have on some of the wheels, or I do this, which I've never done before, but the footprint is small enough to where that I could get on each and every step and sufficiently just hop my way up into infinity and beyond. It felt really nice. It felt really, really nice. I didn't actually bottom out at any point there, and I felt like I had complete control. One thing that will surprise you on the V9 is that you'll start getting to a place where your pendulums become less aggressive forwards and backwards. I feel like you have this really great control opportunity with it. As I said, it's very unique as far as how easy it is to control. The mileage, I think, is in parity with my V14, which is to say, under hard riding, how I like to ride, I'm going to get something like 22 to 25 miles is what it feels like. I haven't ridden it all the way down, but if you do push the speed caps, you are going to find that the wheel will go down much, much quicker. Now, something I thought about yesterday while riding the wheel was the audio volume on the speakers. So, right around 15 miles an hour is where you start to lose the audio. So, if you bought the wheel for the audio functionality, then you're gonna have something closer to 40 miles of range, because the 15 mile an hour arbitrary speed cap that you're gonna give yourself, boop, the 15 mile an hour arbitrary speed cap you're going to give yourself to listen to the audio is going to be, it's going to make it so that way you have a lot further range, basically, because you're not going super duper fast. Whenever you're riding these electric unicycles, the speed that you're going has a lot to do with the advertised battery range. So if you were to buy a V9, the wheel that I'm riding right here, and you see that it says in the app you might have, or like on the box it'll say something like, 50 miles of range or something like that. And well, while that's a best case scenario, that's what that is. So if you're like 150 pounds, 130 pounds, and you're riding approximately 12 miles an hour, that's normally how they do those range tests. So you really shouldn't expect to be getting that sort of range from any wheel. You shouldn't be expecting to get the advertised range. You should be able to get, something like, 2/3 of that at the very least. But generally speaking, you're not going to get that whole range. So you'll see me come up to features that I felt like I was inspired to be able to handle. I didn't hit any of the big stair sets that I typically will hit with my V14 or that I'll hit with the Patent or Master. But this being a balance challenge, I felt like was truly ideal for the V9. And with the heel blocks and the toe jump blocks in place, I felt like I was ready to rock. So I went, and then there was this water bottle. And the water bottle really, really made me nervous. But I felt like I could do it. And so I just ran for it. And lo and behold, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, the liability on things like this, you might fall to one side. It's not super duper big. I guess you got to think about that whenever you're riding any of these sort of obstacle things, is kind of like what the liability is for you and what you're willing to risk for each of those situations. I don't really try to do anything that I feel like is going to hurt me. It's not something that I'm into. Seated riding, while possible, on the V9 is not something that you're going to seek to do. It's not something that you're going to, like, you didn't buy this wheel to be riding seated. Right there, I think I was startled by something off to my right there. Like I saw like a group of people or something. I don't know what the heck happened, but I got startled right there. I was talking to Grizzla, and I feel like they are going to be making some gear for the V9. Definitely going to be making a seat for the V9. So look for that. Being the spaz that I am, I sent them some drafts of some kind of ideas for armor placement and stuff, and they're probably not going to do anything with that. But if they do, that would be really, really, really cool. As far as I can tell, my left turn signal doesn't work, which is really annoying, because even though I feel like turn signals on electric unicycles are not a functional thing because they're not a precursor to the turn, they happen as an after product, an afterthought of the turn. So you can only let people know what you are doing, which kind of defeats the point of a turn signal, as so many people have mentioned in the past. Something that nobody talks about, I wouldn't compare this to a Falcon in terms of torque or even posturing. But I did a high-speed run on this wheel, and I was able to get to 27 miles an hour, 27.6 miles an hour, and at that point, you get a very nice little tilt back, a push back if you will, the safety tilt back. And I have known multiple people, including Ronan in New York, during his video review of the Falcon. He said that he got it up to 27 miles an hour, and that's when it cut out for him. And I got to thinking, guys, this is not a performance wheel in any regard. All of this feels good, guys, by the way. This will make you so good at riding because the way that the motor is geared, it doesn't have a lot of torque. So as you accelerate and you get to like the next 7 miles an hour, like from 1 to 7 miles an hour feels like a certain gear, from like 7 to 15 miles an hour feels like a certain gear, from 15 to 20 miles an hour feels like a different gear. And it feels like it just kind of, it's a very interesting way that the software is written. It's incredibly, incredibly interesting. And so you don't have a lot of torque at the bottom end, but you can accelerate. As long as your acceleration's linear, it seems like that may be able to happen almost indefinitely. There is kind of a squish out that happens whenever you torque it. That is, you'll feel this kind of pedal dip sponge out thing. I think that is an arbitrary mechanic to protect the motor, protect the fuses, so that way it doesn't receive the aggressive torque input and try to support that. So I'd much rather the wheel do that than as in the past we've had with the V12, with the V8. So with the V8, we used to have the fuses blow all the time during slight torquing situations. So if you were to rest at a stop sign and have your wheel propped against the curb and just kind of like throttling there, as it were, throttling's a bad word for it, but idling, kind of like pushed up against something. If you're doing that, it will blow a fuse. It is absolutely crazy. And on a V12, it will overheat or cause like a malfunction, and then you'll have to set the wheel down. It's the strangest thing in the world. But on this wheel, they have, I think, remedied that. We'll see as time goes on whether or not we get any of these weird errors. I thought this was cool, but you'll see right there, it actually sponges out. And yeah, there you go. Lo and behold, that's what I was talking about. It doesn't have a lot of bottom end torque, but it will make you a great rider by virtue of that, because you have to compensate. You have to be the one to not over lean. You have to be the one to not press too much into your toes, to lean too back into your heels. You have to be the one to control all those things. And so it really, really does make you a better rider. From a use case perspective, it is not for any of the things that I'm doing today. Will I do these things more with this wheel? Absolutely. If you do these things with this wheel, will it shorten the lifespan of it? Absolutely. I do not believe that this is what the wheel was intended for. However, being light and a wonderful control, exploration, like I said, it's just the nimbleness and the inputs on it feels so freaking surreal. All that said, it makes it like I really do want to keep on playing with it this way. And after that wreck right there, that little crash, I fully expected for something to be wrong. But absolutely nothing was wrong. It was absolutely perfect. And I really didn't know what to expect from my romp day out with the V9, but I was truly impressed by its performance and durability. So, guys, just stay tuned. I'm going to have a couple more videos with the V9. Actually, I'm going to have a lot more videos with the V9, but, stay tuned. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and do turn off the notifications, though, because I put out so many damn videos, man. It will drive you absolutely bananas. So that said, ride safe, ride strong, and we'll talk soon. Peace.
Hi there. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. It's always nice to catch smiles and happy puppies on the trail. Oh, pardon me. I'm coming real slow on your left here. Have a great day.